kicking competition? Where do you stand with that?
Definitely going to be Ryan Anderson as a punter.
Okay.
Still have not confirmed who the place kicker's going to be. As I told you, I think media day looked like Justin Davidowicz would be the kickoff guy. That has not changed, but neither David, Andrew Hart, or Justin has seized the place kicking job yet.
Is there one guy ahead at this point, or
No, that's the difficult part. Right now, they're basically a percentage point or two apart. Coaches create a lot of situations in practice for them to come out and kick in what would be considered a pressure situation, and neither one's been consistent enough yet for us to name one starter.
could that go into next week, or do you want to have it a decision?
I don't think that's a problem. I mean, obviously, you like it settled sooner rather than later, but you want to make sure you get the right guy.
What is the deciding factor? What do you look
The
at when you make
deciding
that
factor
call?
is when Coach Ash calls them out in the middle of practice. He doesn't tell anybody he's going to do it. He just says, okay, first field goal team. And they got to run out there in the middle of practice and convert a field goal. And what has happened to this point in time, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. You know, we get a guy that goes out there, say, 3, 4, 5 times in a row and converts the field goal. We'll certainly feel much better about him than we are right now. And I don't know which guy it'll be.
Could you foresee using more than one in a game? Maybe if a guy's not kicking well, if you could just pull him out.
Gosh, I hate to approach that, but that's always a possibility. I think anytime you're in a competitive environment, if you're not performing the way you need to perform, you got to look at the next guy. But you really don't want to go into a season with it, for lack of a better term, a 2-quarterback deal. You don't want a 2-kicker deal. It's okay to have a different kickoff guy because it's a different skill set, but you certainly like to settle in on one field goal kicker.
What did Ryan? Oh, go ahead.
I was about to say,
Ryan.
what did Ryan do, Vince, to nail down the job?
Ryan has much greater distance. He kicks a deeper ball. Michael's had a good fall camp, but Ryan kicks the ball 7 to 10 yards further. Their hang times are similar. So he won the job out and out. And that's not a reflection of Michael not doing what he's supposed to do in the offseason and not getting better as fall camp went on. It's just Ryan's performed better.
In the kick coverage units, does it help that you've recruited so many athletes that can come in there and play right away?
Absolutely. That was the method of the madness. The more athletic you are, the better you'll be on your coverage units.
So will you have a lot of freshmen covering kicks then, or is
Could
there...
be. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you that or not, but yeah, we could very easily have a lot of freshmen out there.
Coach
We're going to play the best players. That's
Coach Baker said the other day that he really likes what Tank Lopez is doing as a tackler on special.
Yeah, he's a young man who runs very fast. He has no fear, and he's a solid tackler. So ideally, he can play special teams early. I think the thing you don't want to forget here now. I want to say this the right way. It's simpler to play special teams. You might have 10, 12, 14 different plays on offense, 8, 9, 10 different calls on defense. You're a gunner on punt team, you got one thing to do: escape the line of scrimmage, go tackle the guy with the ball. So oftentimes a younger player, a less experienced player, can contribute on special teams because there's absolutely less football knowledge needed. I mean, it's not as intense as an offensive defensive player.
We mentioned punter and kicker. Where are you at long snapper? Is it Alan Lucy, or is there a competition there?
Alan is competing with a young man by the name of Billy Taylor, who just showed up for camp this fall.
Barring a setback, how excited the coach will be to see Janarian not in a green jersey 8 days from now?
It's funny. I tell people this story all the time. Janarian, I've been doing this almost 40 years. He's one of the best I've been around. And I don't think people see Janarian like we see him. He's a competitive, demands excellence out of his teammates, and he loves football. I mean, he's a special dude. And when you say that, people go, yeah, we know that. No, you don't know that. You do not know how special he is. And all you got to do is look at a year ago, what happened when we lost him. He can change the course of a game single-handedly on returns, and then think about all the different ways we can get the ball in his hands offensively. He's an excellent weapon for us, and one we'll utilize.
Speaking of pecking order at tight end look like now?
Pecking order at tight end. You got Jerome Washington here, and after that, it depends on what we're doing. I have all the confidence in the world in Nakia Griffin and Miles Nash. I would say right now, when you look at what Miles Nash has done, moving from defense to offense in the spring, because we needed him to do that, all right? And he's worked so hard that he's got a role in that rotation. There's times we'll play 2 tight ends. So you're going to have more than 2 to play to. Nakia's coming along. Right now, Nakia has got to be a little more consistent. He has real good days and he has average days. But right now, Jerome has separated himself, and then those other two, it could be either one of them at any time.
You guys didn't get a lot of pass catch receptions out of your tight ends last year. Can Washington take that to a new level? Is he a
Absolutely.
big pass catcher?
Absolutely. Well, there's a combination here. Jerome's ability as an athlete, as a pass catcher, and then also the offense is more tight end friendly. You know, we're willing to throw the quick route, the 4 to 6 yard route, let them catch it, get what they can get, and move the chains that way.
As someone who's known Coach Ash now,
Two more questions.
as someone who's known Coach Ash here and at Ohio State, how much do you think he gained from last year? Because even he has said he learned that he couldn't do everything. He has to delegate. How much do you think it helped him going through the experience of being a head coach?
Oh, I think a year of experience is a tremendous asset. It really is. You know, I think in this profession you find people you want to model yourself after if you ever become a head coach, and then you find out what part of that is really you and what part of that isn't you. You know, sometimes you see someone else do it and you go, man, this would be great, and then you realize, you know, that's not me. And you have to be true to yourself. I think the year that we spent, and I believe this too, the fact that it was a difficult year, we all got a little more gray and a little more wrinkled, but I think the process has helped him tremendously. I look at what he's done with this new rule in fall camp. I'm not joking, guys. He must have spent hours, days putting together this schedule because it's meticulous. From our rest as a staff, so we're fresh, to the players' rest, to squeezing every minute we can through walkthroughs and meetings, the commitment to special teams, more time to prepare our coverage units. Obviously, you know, he's fully engaged, and I think the fact that he's got another year of experience has helped him tremendously.
Vince, where are you guys with H-back? I know Brendan DeVera moved, Solomon Manning moved. Where are you guys there? And how comfortable are you putting one of these guys out there?
Well, you know, right now, Max Anthony would get reps, and then Solomon's come over to try and learn a position, and Jim Brady's gotten reps. In this offense, whether you play with an H-back or a U tight end, I mean, there's lots of different combinations. But right now, we're very comfortable playing with a fullback, or we're very comfortable playing with a second tight end. And, you know, this early in the season, let the defense try and figure out what we're doing. There are certain things we know we want to do with the different combinations, but that's for us to know and them to figure out.